Picture this. Your garden is green and lush, promising a bountiful harvest. But then they appear. Pests. They can wipe out your hard work in just days. You've probably dealt with this problem, haven't you? Traditional methods often involve chemicals. But what if there's another natural way? A way that not only protects your plants, but also increases your yield. Today, we're revealing the top 10 secret garden allies. Plants that will be your greatest allies in achieving a bountiful and healthy harvest. Prepare to discover how to easily boost your harvest, hassle-free. This method is nothing new. Our ancestors were well aware of it. It's called companion planting. The idea is simple and brilliant. Essentially, some plants help others. They can deter pests with their fragrance, attract beneficial insects that prey on those pests, improve the soil, or even influence the taste of their neighbours. It's a real natural symbiosis, and we're ready to reveal its secrets. All right, let's kick off with our first amazing pairing. If you grow tomatoes, you know just how appealing they can be to all sorts of uninvited guests, aphids, whiteflies, tomato hornworms. The list can feel endless, but tomatoes have a loyal friend ready to stand guard. And it's not a watchdog, but the humble yet wonderfully fragrant basil. Why basil? It's all about its strong, distinct smell. To us humans, it's a pleasant aroma that instantly brings Italian cooking to mind. But for many tomato pests, it's a powerful repellent. They simply can't stand the scent and actively avoid areas where basil is growing. Imagine this. You simply plant this herb nearby and it creates an invisible protective shield. It's a simple yet effective way to help keep your tomatoes safe. But that's not the only benefit of this garden friendship. Many gardeners notice that tomatoes grown near basil are often more flavourful and aromatic. While scientists are still debating the exact reasons behind this phenomenon, thousands of home growers around the world are seeing the delicious results firsthand. Perhaps the basil somehow influences the soil composition, or maybe it simply creates a more favourable environment for growth. So how do you make the most of this clever trick? It's really very simple. Plant your basil plants right between the rows of your tomatoes. Alternatively, you can place them around the perimeter of your tomato bed. The main thing is to make sure the plants are reasonably close together. And just like that, you've set yourself up for easier tomato plant care and built-in pest protection. It's the perfect beginning to our list of nature's best plant neighbours. Ready to find out more? So, we've learned about the friendship between tomatoes and basil. Now let's move on to another classic, time-tested duo. Meet carrots and onions. Chances are you grow both, right? These two vegetables seem completely different, don't they? But in the garden bed, they become real superheroes for each other. Did you know carrots often suffer from the carrot fly? This pest can ruin an entire crop of root vegetables, and onions in turn are very attractive to the onion fly. But here's where the magic happens. The strong smell of onions, which the onion fly dislikes so much, also turns out to be a great deterrent for the carrot fly. And the scent of the carrot tops, in turn, disorients the onion fly. It creates perfect mutual protection. They scare away each other's pests. It's like having two guards watching different entrances, but whose presence creates a shared safe zone. Plant alternating rows of carrots and onions, or simply place onion sets along the edge of your carrot patch, and you'll notice a difference. It's an incredibly effective and simple way to arrange your carrot and onion beds. You won't need any special sprays, just the power of nature at work. It's another beautiful example of how good companion planting makes tending your garden much easier and significantly boosts your harvest, all without chemicals. And we're moving on to uncover the next secrets. Okay, let's talk about cucumbers. Most people love these juicy delights, but pests love them just as much. Cucumbers are especially plagued by aphids and spider mites. These tiny insects can quickly weaken the plants. So how can you protect your cucumbers naturally without resorting to chemical pesticides? Fortunately, there are two fantastic green allies that can come to your rescue. Our first ally is plain old dill. Yes, the very same dill we add to our salads and pickles. Dill's lacy flower heads and distinctive scent play a vital role in the cucumber patch. Dill acts as a beacon for beneficial insects. It's a powerful attractant for ladybugs and lacewings, and these insects, they're nature's own pest controllers. Aphids are high on their menu, so by planting dill, you're essentially inviting a team of professional aphid controllers right into your garden patch. And meet our second great protector for cucumbers, bright and easy to grow marigolds. But marigolds do more than just add a splash of colour to your garden. Their strong, distinctive scent is something many pests absolutely hate. This includes especially spider mites, which love to make themselves at home on cucumber plants. The marigold scent disorients and repels these unwanted visitors. They even help control certain harmful nematodes in the soil. Picture the effect. You've got dill attracting beneficial insects that eat aphids, while marigolds scare off mites and other unwanted guests. That's double duty protection for your cucumbers. The result of planting them together is clear. Your cucumber plants grow healthy and strong. They are less prone to pests and diseases. You get vigorous plants with a generous harvest. Best of all, you won't need any harsh chemicals. It's a super easy way to protect your plants and naturally boost your yield. Simply plant a few dill and marigold plants near your cucumber hills or along the border of the bed. You'll be amazed at the difference. It's genuinely low-maintenance gardening. Now what about protecting your cabbage? Stay tuned. Now let's talk about cabbage. This vegetable is notorious for attracting pests. The cabbage white butterfly is a prime culprit. These white butterflies lay eggs that hatch into hungry caterpillars. They can absolutely decimate your cabbage leaves, leaving them looking like skeletons. You've probably faced this problem before, right? So, how do you protect your cabbage from these invaders? Once again, fragrant neighbours come to the rescue. Rosemary or mint make fantastic protectors for your cabbage. These herbs have a very strong and lasting scent. Here's how it works. The cabbage white butterfly locates cabbage using its sense of smell. But when rosemary or mint are growing nearby, their powerful aroma simply overpowers or masks the scent of the cabbage. The butterfly gets confused. It can't find its target plant and flies off to find somewhere else to lay its eggs. It's essentially camouflage for your cabbage. Incidentally, mint also helps deter the cabbage root fly, and rosemary can be effective against slugs, which are also fond of feasting on those tender cabbage leaves. You get this fantastic multi-layered protection simply by planting these fragrant herbs nearby. This method is incredibly effective, yet entirely natural. You completely avoid the need for chemical insecticides. You're simply using nature's own repellents. It makes caring for your cabbage significantly easier and more environmentally friendly. And, of course, it helps ensure your harvest stays healthy and intact. It's genuinely a very simple trick for your garden beds that yields fantastic results. But speaking of enemies, what about potatoes? They have their own notorious adversary. Potatoes, your favourite root vegetable and the pride of your garden. But they have a formidable foe, the dreaded Colorado beetle. This striped pest can strip plants bare in no time. It can wipe out your entire crop. So how can you protect your potatoes from this voracious insect and do it without resorting to harsh chemicals? Fortunately, there are time-tested, natural helpers. The first of these is the humble bean. Bush beans work particularly well. It turns out Colorado beetles simply can't stand the smell and presence of bean plants. For them, it's an extremely unpleasant neighbour. Simply plant a few bean plants right between your potato rows, or alternate rows of beans and potatoes. The beans create a kind of invisible barrier of scent. This scent barrier disorients the beetles and drives them away. It's a remarkably simple solution for protecting your potato patch. No need to grab a sprayer. Nature does the work for you. Another helpful neighbour for your potatoes is our old friend, the marigold. Those bright, familiar flowers. We've talked about how they benefit cucumbers, but they're just as valuable for potatoes. Marigolds don't just deter certain flying pests with their scent. They also release substances into the soil. These substances help combat harmful nematodes. Nematodes are microscopic worms that can severely damage potato roots and tubers. Plant marigolds around the perimeter of your potato patch or intersperse them among your potato plants. Combining beans and marigolds creates a powerful, comprehensive protective effect. It's a natural shield for your potato crop. You'll get healthy, strong potato plants, and the tubers will grow without damage. It's a simple way to boost your potato yield, all without using insecticides, making plant care much easier. Ready to learn how to protect your delicate strawberries? Who doesn't love juicy, fragrant strawberries? They're a symbol of summer and pure delight. But we're not the only ones who think so. A host of pests also adore strawberries. These include slugs, snails, and the dreaded strawberry mite. They can seriously damage both the leaves and the precious berries themselves. So how can you protect your sweet strawberry crop from these unwelcome visitors? Thankfully, amazing companion plants can lend a helping hand. Our first helpful plant is the humble, yet incredibly effective, parsley. Yes, the same leafy green you use in salads. Parsley has a specific, quite strong aroma. This scent is very unpleasant to slugs and snails, and they tend to avoid areas where parsley is planted. Simply plant parsley between your strawberry rows or all around the edges of the bed. The parsley creates a fragrant barrier. Slugs and snails will smell it and choose to look for dinner somewhere else instead. It's a wonderfully simple yet highly effective trick. Garlic is another great companion for strawberries. Known for its strong, pungent smell, garlic has protective properties. Garlic releases volatile substances called phytoncides. These repel not only slugs and snails, but also the strawberry mite. The strawberry mite is a tiny, almost invisible pest that can seriously harm your strawberry leaves. Plant garlic cloves directly between your strawberry plants, or create a garlic patch nearby. The scent of garlic will constantly protect your strawberries from unwelcome guests. Combining parsley and garlic delivers a powerful double punch against strawberry pests. You get healthy strawberry plants and clean, undamaged berries, all without using chemical pesticides. This makes caring for your strawberry plants incredibly easy, and you get to enjoy natural, delicious berries. It's a really simple way to boost your harvest. Ready to learn about companion plants for peppers? Pepper, both sweet and hot varieties, is another firm favourite among many home gardeners. It truly adds vibrancy and flavour to our dishes. However, like many other crops, peppers are quite prone to pest attacks. One of the most common issues is aphids. These tiny insects quickly cover stems and leaves, literally sucking the life out of the plant. So, how can we protect our peppers from aphids and other unwelcome visitors? Once again, let's turn to the power of fragrant herbs. Our old friends basil and oregano are ready to lend a hand. We've already mentioned basil as a protector for tomatoes, and it works just as effectively for peppers. The strong aroma of basil is highly disliked by aphids and other pepper pests. Planting basil plants near your peppers creates a protective, aromatic shield. Oregano is another aromatic herb with powerful protective properties. Its intense scent also wards off many harmful insects. And, according to some gardeners, oregano might even slightly improve the flavour of your peppers. But planting peppers alongside basil or oregano offers more than just protection. These herbs also contribute to better pepper growth. They create a beneficial environment in the garden bed, perhaps by influencing the soil's microflora or simply making conditions more comfortable for growth. You can plant these fragrant herbs around the perimeter of your pepper patch or intersperse them among the pepper plants. This is a very simple way to prepare your beds, and it yields noticeable results. You end up with healthy, robust pepper plants that are less susceptible to aphids and other pests. This significantly simplifies plant care, and of course, it leads to a more abundant and high-quality harvest. It's a reliable and straightforward method for boosting your yield without resorting to chemicals. But wait, we have even more ancient and time-tested combinations to share. We've already talked about simple plant pairings. Now let's dive into history and meet a legendary trio. This combination of plants is known by the beautiful name, the Three Sisters. It was used by Native American peoples for thousands of years and remains one of the wisest examples of companion planting to this day. Who are these sisters? They are corn, squash, and beans. At first glance, they might seem completely incompatible, but together they create an amazing, self-sufficient ecosystem right in your garden bed. Here's how it works. Corn is the tallest sister. It grows straight up and forms a strong stalk. This stalk serves as a natural support for the second sister, the beans. The climbing beans wind around the cornstalks, reaching for the sun. You don't need any extra poles or stakes. And what do the beans do? Beans belong to the legume family. These plants are unique because they can fix nitrogen from the air into the soil. Special bacteria live on their roots. These bacteria convert nitrogen from a gas into a form that plants can use. This way, the beans enrich the soil with nitrogen, and nitrogen is a vital element for the growth of all plants, especially corn and squash. The beans feed their sisters. And finally, the third sister is squash. It spreads across the ground with its wide leaves. These leaves perform several important functions at once. First, they create a dense cover that shades the soil. This helps retain moisture and suppresses weed growth. You'll need less watering and less weeding. Second, the prickly stems and leaves of the squash aren't appealing to many pests. For example, they can deter raccoons or other animals that enjoy eating corn. That's another layer of natural protection. So, the three sisters work together as one team. Corn provides support, beans fertilize the soil, and squash conserves moisture and protects from pests. It's a brilliant, age-old practice that exemplifies nature's principles simply and effectively. These aren't just plants. They create a whole micro-world that brings you abundant, healthy harvests with less effort and no chemicals. It's a simple way to boost yields based on ancient wisdom. But these aren't the only beneficial combinations. Now, let's turn our attention to beets. This healthy root vegetable is loved by many. But like any plant, beets have their share of garden pests. One of the most common is the beet leaf miner. Its larvae tunnel through the leaves, weakening the plant and reducing your harvest. So how can you protect your beet crop from this nuisance and other pests? Once again, our fragrant friends from the allium family come to the rescue. The best neighbours for beets are onions or garlic. As we've seen, these plants have a strong, pungent smell. This aroma is a natural deterrent for many insects. You can plant rows of onions or garlic alternately with your rows of beets, or simply plant onions or garlic around the perimeter of your beet patch. The strong smell of onions and garlic disorients the beet leaf miner. It won't be able to find its target and will fly away to look for a safer spot. Furthermore, compounds released by onions and garlic can have a general health-promoting effect on the soil. They suppress the development of certain harmful microorganisms. This helps your beets grow healthy and strong. This kind of companion planting is a simple and very effective strategy. You get reliable, natural protection from the beet leaf miner and other pests. You don't need to use insecticides to protect your harvest. This leads to much easier beet plant care. Fewer pest problems means healthier plants, and as a result, a more abundant and higher quality harvest of root vegetables. This is another great example of how simple companion planting can boost your yield. Speaking of protection, what about tender lettuce? It needs help too. Concluding our look at natural plant protectors, we have another important pairing. This one involves a delicate vegetable, lettuce. Whether it's leaf lettuce or head lettuce, any type is highly attractive to aphids. These tiny green or black insects can literally cover the leaves, making them inedible. Plus, aphids can spread viral diseases. How do you protect tender lettuce from aphids? And do it without chemical sprays, since we eat lettuce raw? The answer is simple again. Use the power of scent. Reliable guardians for your lettuce are the same plants we mentioned earlier, onions and garlic. Yes, these versatile protectors can come to the rescue once again. The strong, pungent smell of onions and garlic is very off-putting to aphids. They simply won't want to settle in a bed where they detect this aroma. It's a natural repellent that works unfailingly. Plant rows of onions or garlic between your rows of lettuce, or create a fragrant border around the entire lettuce bed. The closer the onions or garlic are to the lettuce, the stronger the protective effect. This neighbouring creates an invisible barrier that repels aphids. Your lettuce will find it much easier to grow healthy. The leaves will stay clean, free from aphid colonies. This is one of the simplest ways to ensure very easy care for your lettuce plants. You avoid fighting aphids. You get a beautiful, clean, organic lettuce harvest. And all thanks to the power of scent. It's a truly simple yield boost that works. So we've looked at 10 wonderful examples of how plants can help each other in the garden bed, protecting from pests, improving growth, and increasing yield. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many more amazing secrets in the world of companion planting, and you can discover them yourself. So we've looked at 10 amazing examples of how plants can help each other. This isn't just old wives' tales or folklore. This is real biology happening right there in your garden beds. The best part? This method is completely eco-friendly. It requires no harsh chemicals. It makes your garden more resilient. And most importantly, it actually works. Try applying these principles in your own plot. You'll see the difference it makes. Fewer pests, healthier plants, and a richer harvest. It's a genuinely effective way to easily boost your yield. So, that's a look at these amazing green protectors and helpers. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos about useful tips and tricks for your garden. And what are your favourite plant pairings in your garden? Share your experiences in the comments below. It really helps other viewers.